Welcome to part 2 of our wild ride through the life and very sordid times of Silvio Berlusconi. Zach and Nicky are still here. They've come back for another week.
Yeah.
We get a coffee.
Drag themselves away from their art collections. When we left off, he was the all-powerful Prime Minister of Italy and the country's richest man, and he's about to embark on his grubbier antics, we would say. I mean, it's been pretty grubby up to now, but it's been mainly mafia bribes, the odd hit, sort of clawing his way up the greasy pole.
He waited until he was the most powerful man in the country to get sleazy.
Now my greasy pole gets clawed.
God.
Sorry, my jokes have been
I love it when
even
Teddy
ranker.
shakes his head. It's like, you said something good.
Yeah, Teddy, our producer, the wince.
It's like, God.
I don't know, something about this episode, because it's Silvio, makes it feel like you got carte blanche to be even ranker.
Yeah.
but like-
He'd definitely be au fait with those kind of jokes.
So his grubby parties, let's get into them. It's New Year's Eve, 2007, and Silvio throws a big old bash at a villa in Sardinia. And the guest list, there are 50 young women who are invited to attend. Only 2 male guests and Silvio. So, yeah, quite the ratio.
2 ministers.
Yeah, exactly.
the foreign secretary and the chancellor.
One of the women, Sandra, later spills the beans on this party. She says she was contacted by an actress and offered £1,300 to attend. Which is quite good money. And they're all staying in their own little villas on this property that are near Berlusconi's mansion. And she said she was resting on the bed in her villa when the man himself walked in. She said his face was coloured with something that looked like self-tanning lotion. It stained his hands too, making them seem greasy. His heels were high. He held a bag full of jewels.
He's like dressed like one of the wise men.
A bag of myrrh.
I don't understand why he needs to have self-tanning lotion when he lives in Italy.
Because he wants that. I guess he's not that tanned, maybe. I mean, that
I've
look.
never seen a picture of him. He's fucking
Yeah, but
tanned.
that's fake tan. He's
Yeah.
orange.
Yeah.
So I love that he's even got the streaks around the hands. Like
Exactly. He hasn't worked out that you got to wear gloves
Yeah,
when
it's
you
like a
apply that
teenage
tan.
girl from Surrey.
Exactly, yeah. Really tan knees.
Yeah, back-combed hair. The bag of jewels is great.
So
He's
funny.
like a cartoon character of a villain, right?
Is that payment, or is that
Yeah.
just like, I'm rich?
Yeah, no,
I
it's
think
payment.
it's gifts, right? It's
Well,
gifts
yeah.
for
Yeah,
them.
he's like
Yeah,
gifts. I mean, sex trafficking laws.
No strings attached to this gift. Yeah, he gives each girl a silver ring with a large stone. So that's a ruby often, apparently. And 2 bracelets with tortoises on them. It's a bit weird, but
Yeah.
I guess he's just got...
Is that something to do with him? Is that
No,
some
I
sort
reckon
of,
they've
like,
fallen off the back of a lorry
the
and
tortoise
some...
head coming out of its shell? Is there some kind of euphemism there?
Yeah, I reckon maybe he's probably been gifted like 2,000 of these by mafia or something. You know what I mean? Fall off the back of a lorry. The bag of jewels thing is like a sort of Medici.
How often does a sort of jewel encrusted tortoise fall off the back of a lorry?
Yeah, and I don't know, but he's obviously got a hold of loads of them. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's 50 women to give them to. Yeah, I don't. Do you think there's
It's going
something?
to take forever. So he's going around every little villa on his estate.
Yeah, on his
The
golf
same
buggy.
thing, golf buggy. Like the shagging. When does he get to the shagging? Because
It's just jewels for now.
yeah, it's like fucking hell. It's 6 p.m. I haven't even started.
Crossing palms with silver. And then she said he actually gives them a tour of the gardens on a golf buggy, which again must take ages. Big property. She said Berlusconi mostly told jokes and played with an obscene pencil sharpener. The obscene pencil sharpener was a small rubber figure of a man with his trousers down, which moaned when the host turned a pencil. It made Berlusconi laugh like crazy.
I mean, it is pretty funny. It's like one of those pens that naked lady pens.
Tip and strip.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, flip and strip. Yeah, I was trying to get some knocked up for Upshot fans of JP. But is that pencil sharpener? So is the man having the pencil put into his bum?
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I
Reading
guess
between the
so.
lines.
Yeah, I couldn't work it out exactly. I love he's laughing like crazy.
He's literally like a 11-year-old boy,
Yeah,
isn't he?
he is with a bag of jewels.
Who happens to be the prime minister of the country.
Yeah, richest man. So then they had a dinner where the guests were invited to perform for their host, which meant dancing, kissing him, undressing, and then throwing themselves into the pool naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds on brand.
It all sounds quite good. It didn't come out at the time, but it obviously will do later when he's rocked by several scandals. But in the meantime, these parties continue and they're getting seedier. So the journalists around his villa outside Milan, they basically realise these parties are happening every single weekend. They're seeing all these like buses arriving with all these female guests. Large amount of tortoises encrusted with jewels turning up.
So hold on one sec. There's 50 female guests, 3 male guests.
Yeah.
And I mean, presumably there's sex going on.
Yeah. So after they jump in the pool naked, they all shag them, which we will come on to.
So it's 3 people shagging 50 women.
Yeah, I guess maybe you don't.
I'm sure a lot of those women just like getting glasses of water.
Yeah,
talking amongst themselves.
Playing with a pencil sharpener.
You physically can't shag 50 women.
Yeah,
I think we'll come on to the details of the party later, but I think it's a bit of a competition to get for who gets Silvio's attention. That's
and then he's like, you, I choose you.
Yeah.
You, and you, probably.
It's a bit like Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
He used to do that.
Yeah, because presumably Hugh Hefner wasn't shagging. I mean, there must be
he wasn't
ungodly
shagging
amount.
by the end, I don't think.
Yeah, I reckon there's a lot of Viagra swimming around at this party, obviously.
Bowls of it.
But even then, yeah.
Well, Hugh Hefner, I mean, I think he used to invite like 8 people into his bedroom, playmates, and then if you were willing to shag, you'd come in with like Donald Duck, like without your pants.
Donald Duck?
Doesn't wear pants. He wears a shirt.
Oh, right, like Donald Duck.
Like Donald Duck.
Sorry.
And that was his like cue that you wanted to fuck.
Oh, you just wear a top. Why, could you be a playmate and not shag?
Yeah, I think so.
What do? You just have to like giggle at his horrid
horrible
jokes.
Yeah. And,
yeah. I assumed he was
subject
shagging
yourself to like mental abuse rather than physical.
But no shag.
Yeah.
But were they all his like girlfriends, as he put it?
I think he had a few like proper girlfriends that he would like do stuff with, and then he would have like a harem of women who he would,
He was maybe not on a Berlusconi trajectory, but he was kind of like a bit of a like beloved figure of fun, wasn't he? In sort of like 70s and 80s America.
Yeah, 100%. And he was a sort of like avatar for debonair man.
And Playboy was a bit sort of like
Playboy had great journalism, great interviews.
Yeah, it's like Hunter. That's why I read it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Hunter S. Thompson on the road and stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, like many of these men, when he died, a lot of shit came out.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, these days you see pictures of, a few years ago, you'd always see pictures of Dan Bilzerian surrounded by like 30 women in bikinis beside his like helicopter or something.
Yeah. Although
basically
everyone knows
70s
he's a cunt,
equivalent of that.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He's not like a counterculture figure. I guess that's just the difference in the decade we're in. But Berlusconi was he kind of operating in that space as well? Not counterculture, but like...
Counterculture, he's the fucking prime minister.
Richest man in Italy.
People like kind of
He's sort of that subsection of like cool.
It's quite edgy.
Challenging norms.
So now there's sort of non-establishment.
But people
he controls the media.
Counterculture.
He owns 3 newspapers.
He is the culture. But people were kind of admiring the womanizing side of him as well.
I think so.
People
knew about it, didn't they? Yeah.
Maybe not the details.
Yeah.
We'll get into in a second. All right. So this one weekend, this journalist near Milan he's seen it happen every fucking weekend, and he's like, I'm gonna break this story that people are doing this. So he hides in the bushes around the mansion for this party with a long lens camera. And this is 2009, when the Czech Republic have just been awarded the rotating presidency of the EU, which is relevant to the story. And the Prime Minister of Czech Republic, Marek Topolánek, he's now one of Europe's big swinging dicks because he's controlling this presidency. And so he gets invited to Silvio's party. Silvio's keen to curry favour with him. And little does Marek know that this journalist is hiding in the bush. And the journo starts snapping away his cameras, and he's got all these pics of all these naked women like dancing around the swimming pool. They're cavorting with male guests. And then he zooms in, he sees this one bloke wander out of like a pool house, and he's standing next to this woman in the bikini, and he starts snapping away. And he gets this picture of this guy, and he notices that the guy is completely naked and has an erection. And that man is none other than Czech Prime Minister Marek Topolánek, who is standing there waving his horrible boner around.
So was it big and swinging, or was it like small and static?
Well, so the pictures end up in the Spanish newspaper El País, who they blur his dick and they blur his face.
Is that because of decency or because to protect him?
Well, I think they didn't want the
He must have been
legal-
happy that he had more than 45-degree angle then.
Yeah.
It was like, we can't print this.
Yeah, I think the dick for decency rules
Yeah.
and the face for they don't want to get any
Yeah.
blowbacks. It's probably an
Sued by
invasion
the
of privacy.
President of the EU.
Yeah.
Do you think what's his name? Marek Topolanek, when he got invited along to this party, he's like, so I never knew that this is what happens with US
Yeah, exactly.
EU presidents. It's like
He thought it was
I
like a
didn't know-
diplomatic summit.
Is this what Ursula von der Leyen does on the weekend as well?
I thought there was Smints in the bowl. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he even needed the EU presidency to come or if it was his first time there. Tony Blair used to hang out at Silvio's house a lot.
Of course he did.
With Cherie a lot of the time.
Is there any sort of like, when he invites him, is there any kind of like pretense of this is a diplomatic summit? Like, do the naked women wear like beef eaters?
Yeah,
Like the British delegation are here. It's Keely Hazel.
There are 50 women and 3 members of a diplomatic summit. It's me, you, and Gaddafi. Anyway, so the Czech Prime Minister, his face is blurred, so he should have got away with it. But eagle-eyed Czechs identify him because he's got a white wristband on his wrist that was given to him by George W. Bush. It's this like, this is Live
Is
Strong.
it like the Livestrong rubber
no.
bands?
This is the Live Strong era. It's actually it's one protesting for democracy in Cuba. It's like an anti-Castro Live Strong band.
Damn. What a way to get caught.
'Cause it's white, which
Yeah.
he'd like been given by Bush and was wearing all the time. And so some Czech readers look at it and are like, our Prime Minister wears that. And I think maybe they were able to compare ones of his body because he was banged to rights. He ended up saying, yes, that is me in the picture. But he says it's been digitally altered.
To make my dick smaller.
Yeah, to make my dick
Yeah,
hard.
to make my dick hard. I was soft, I swear it.
Yeah. But I guess he's trying to imply he had
Yeah.
Speedos on
Yeah.
or something.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I noticed he stays in power.
That's still bad.
Yeah.
That's still
Be
hard to
there.
explain. Exactly.
Yeah.
I was wearing Speedos, I promise.
Yeah, at this sex party. I noticed he stayed in power for like a couple more years though. It didn't.
yeah, I think the story didn't actually come out until a bit later.
that'd
I
be
think it
why,
was
yeah.
in 2009 when everything really kicked
Right.
off.
No one cares.
Because-
no one cares. Just no one cares about this kind of
I think they
thing.
do.
Do they?
Yeah, well, they do shortly.
do. Well,
Silvio Berlusconi's prime minister for like 15 years.
Yeah, but they don't know about the parties at this point.
At this
Oh.
point they don't.
Well,
so-
the mafia, the
Yeah, they know
propaganda
about
duo.
that. It's Italy.
All that stuff's fine, exactly.
Grease the wheels.
Yeah.
So amid all this, it does manage to stay under the radar, and Silvio's re-elected as Prime Minister in 2008, his third stint. And he faces an early challenge to his premiership in April 2009 when a major earthquake hits Italy. Hundreds of people are killed. And, I wouldn't say Silvio handles it perfectly. So he suggests that people left homeless by the earthquake should view their experience as a camping weekend.
Oh my god! But just for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
So, mate, my house
Yeah,
has
I
just
think
been
that's what homeless
destroyed.
people are thinking constantly. Like, I love the great outdoors.
So again, what do you think the motivation is for saying something like that? He just speaks before he thinks.
Yeah, I
Lack of empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is it, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, he's like, what? I mean, just go to your other villa in Sardinia.
Yeah.
But Silvio is about to face an earthquake of his own because later that month, his wife, the long-suffering Veronica Lario, writes.
This was his mistress at one point, right?
Yeah, this was
I'm
the-
amazed
She's now long suffering.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
She's still around then at this
yeah.
point.
They're married for 20 years.
Right. She must have an inkling.
I think. Yeah,
Bit of lipstick on the collar.
Don't come
yeah.
to the villa on a Saturday.
Ever.
Yeah. But it all sort of kicks off in 2009 when Veronica writes an open letter criticising Berlusconi's choice of young, attractive female candidates, some with little or no political experience, to represent his party in the European Parliament elections. So Berlusconi actually always said that he's done more than anyone for Italian women, including appointing a former topless Pirelli calendar model as his Minister of Equal Opportunities.
Oh my god!
To be fair to her, she was actually a legit politician and still is now. Although,
Imagine if that happened in the UK.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, okay, here's the new Chancellor. They strike a Lucy Pinder.
Minister of Equality is a great touch as well. She is legit.
She is legit, yeah. Although it didn't stop Berlusconi sleazing over her. You'll be surprised to hear.
I mean, I think that was the point, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of sort of why she got the job.
Yeah, so after appointing her, he joked that his party operated a feudal law where the lord is allowed to take the virginity of his female subjects.
What?
This is the Prime Minister talking about one of his ministers. You imagine Keir Starmer saying that about like Yvette Cooper?
Yeah, and also, he's just, how young are these ministers that they're virgins?
Sort of 40.
40?
Is she a virgin?
Like, is that a euphemism with the virginity? Or is
Well,
that
yeah, I guess maybe there are some
Yeah.
younger ones who he's talking about. He did have loads of candidates who were really good looking who'd like worked in his media empire. didn't
Yeah,
he?
we watched one of his campaign videos for I forget which election it was, and it was basically it's like Silvio walking through, and it was just a procession of beautiful women just like singing his praises.
Yeah, there's no other men in the campaign video apart from him, and there's just like loads of really good looking women.
Yeah, vote for me, and this is what Italy will be
Yeah,
like.
this will be your life.
Yeah.
It won't. You'll be living in a tent. He's quite big on the like, you know how he mentions the feudal law. He's quite big on sort of, he kind of wants to be like the Doge of Florence or something, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That like feudal medieval dream. Bag of jewels.
Yeah. He also said about that minister, if I was not already married, I would have married her immediately. And that prompted his wife to force him into a formal apology in a national newspaper.
Which he owned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, that's like apologize formally in the newspaper that you own.
Yeah.
But did you say his wife wrote an open letter in another newspaper
That was
as well?
Yeah, so that was she'd written this open letter criticizing his choice of these.
So they're now just warring in the media.
Yeah.
His own wife.
You can see why her patience is beginning to wear a little bit
It is a
thin with him.
reality show, isn't it? It's got that like Trump thing of just like flood the zone with news about you.
And there's much more news coming because a month later, Berlusconi lies to his wife and sneaks off to the 18th birthday party of Noemi Letizia, who's a lingerie model who calls him Papi.
So that's daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy. Yeah.
18th birthday party.
His 18th birthday
Not
party.
his actual daughter, right?
No.
It's
Yeah.
about to take a very dark turn.
No.
Yeah. Why'd she call him Pappy?
Yeah, we'll come on to that.
Godfather.
Yeah. So he turns up at this 18th birthday party for her, gives her this expensive piece of jewelry, and Veronica, his wife, understandably kicks off at that. She rages that Berlusconi had not attended his own son's 18th birthday parties.
Too many men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ratios were bad. Fucking sausage fest, that.
Yeah, and that is the final straw for her, and she files for divorce. About time, I think.
At last.
She says, "I cannot remain with a man who consorts with minors and is not well."
Wow.
So she's like, it's not the Silvio I married.
Yeah.
I was exactly
question
Silvio
that.
she married. Wasn't she a mistress?
Yeah.
He was married when they met.
Yeah, she's finally drawn the line though. It actually later comes out that Letizia, this lingerie model, had spent a week at Berlusconi's Sardinian villa when she was 17.
Right.
On work experience.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, clean the pool.
And other escorts start coming forward at this point. So one comes out and says that she'd been paid twice to spend the evening with Berlusconi. So everything, his sort of web of deceit is beginning to crumble.
Because people didn't know about his like sex parties until this point. Until this stuff starts coming out. Didn't you say that last one who confirmed she'd been paid twice, she was 42?
Yeah, she was 42. So he doesn't discriminate.
Yeah, older for him. But
you want to become the chancellor? Oldest person in his cabinet.
Minister for the elderly. I'm 42. The really damaging blow is about to land, though, because a 17-year-old Moroccan belly dancer, Karima El Mahroug, better known as Ruby the Heart Stealer, she is about to go public with her experiences with Silvio Berlusconi. So she says that he gave her 10 grand in cash at his party. And she says these events were just straight up orgies where Berlusconi and 20 women performed a naked African ritual known as bunga bunga. So let me just talk about how it comes out with Ruby. A few months earlier, she'd been arrested for shoplifting in Milan. And this is a bit of a serious problem for Silvio because she's been attending his parties, and so he personally phoned up the head of the Milan police department and got them to release her. And the way he did that was by telling them that she was the daughter of the president of Egypt, Hosni Mubarak.
Oh my God.
And that there would be a diplomatic crisis if she was done for shoplifting. And he said to them on the phone, you need to hand her over to the specific woman, Nicole Minetti, and give her custody of this girl. So Nicole Minetti is a former dancer on Berlusconi's TV channels who then became a dental hygienist. We're looking at a picture of her. She's a good-looking woman. And her and Silvio had grown particularly close because in 2009, Berlusconi was at a rally when this crazed man attacked him by throwing a statuette of Milan Cathedral into his face. And Berlusconi had broken his nose and 2 teeth. And as she was a dental hygienist, Nicole had arranged for him to get his teeth fixed with a dentist. And they got really close after that. In response to that, he made her a regional deputy of Lombardy's government. Obviously. She's a busy fucking woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Wears many hats. Anyway, so she's basically a sort of close fixer and confidant of Silvio Berlusconi. So when Ruby the heart stealer is done for shoplifting and he gets her released, he's like, I need someone to just like watch her and look after her.
Yeah.
And so he arranges for this Nicole Minetti woman to be given legal foster custody of Ruby the heart stealer. So she's her mum now. Yeah. Legally.
They're like, how old? What's the difference in age?
Yeah, probably not that big.
Like 3 years.
Yeah. I think Nicole's in her sort of 30s, 40s. And a judge literally signs her over.
Her real parents are like, what?
Yeah, Hosni Mubarak. What happened to Hosni Mubarak? Just had his daughter adopted. So Ruby's been shoplifting. Quite a lot of people are obviously aware of this like night where she was handed over to Nicole Minetti. Too many people know about it, and pretty soon the news leaks out, and Ruby talks to the press. She spilt the beans about these bunga orgies. And after that, the floodgates open. Suddenly, other women start coming forward and revealing all.
All right, so we're finally going to get into the bunga parties. Yeah. So there are various different descriptions of what these parties were. Some say they were underwater orgies where nude young women encircled the nude host and his friends in a swimming pool. So, according to the prosecutors, the Italian prosecutors who investigated the parties started with a formal meal with food served in the colours of the Italian flag. Specific, yeah. Nice. No expense spared. And they then progressed onto a bunga session in a disco-like room. So these parties have often been described as competitive striptease tournaments.
Right.
So women dressed often as nurses or as police, stripping and competing for one-on-one time with Silvio, basically to shag.
Is he the only subject of it?
I guess it depends. Like the one party we talked about before, there were 2 other male guests, so I guess they were partaking as well.
But
But
is it like Save the Last Dance,
sort of,
but they strip at the end? Step up.
Do you get your own ring of escorts around you, or are you all in one ring? Sort of 3 of you with your backs to each other?
I don't know if there's a sort of competitive element to it. I imagine Silvio dishes out the gold medal, and then the other 2 are sort of
right.
silver,
he goes first.
silver and bronze.
Yeah. I bet those nurse and
The Minister for Agriculture is a bronze medal.
No, she's in the ring, encircling him. I bet those nurse and police outfits are like Smithies, Amazon, synthetic.
Yeah. Well, actually, some of the costumes got even more creative because one of the women who attended these parties testified that their costumes included being dressed up as Barack Obama, Ronaldinho, and Ilda Boccacina, who you might not have heard of, but she was the prosecutor investigating Berlusconi for corruption at the time.
How do you dress up like her?
Yeah,
Good
mask.
question.
Yeah,
mask, I think.
Did you say when you say dressed as Barack Obama, are we talking full suit?
I think suit and mask.
And blackface, probably.
Right, yeah,
blackface,
definitely,
yeah.
definitely. It's Berlusconi.
Yeah.
Ronaldinho, are they in like
Big
football
T.
gear?
Yeah. I guess at the time,
Kick
this is sort
ups.
of 2009, so I guess Ronaldinho was Milan's biggest signing at the time.
God, yeah. Must be quite weird when they find out, like Obama and Ronaldinho.
yeah, because like at this time, like Berlusconi would be at like NATO summits with Obama. And then,
To be fair, I think he's nailed his colours to the mast at NATO summits, calling Merkel what he called her.
Yeah. So the women come forward with different accounts of what happened at these parties. One said that he'd make them call him Pappy and would make obscene jokes throughout the parties. Apparently, he'd often reveal a statue of a man with a giant penis that they'd have to kiss. Possibly a pencil sharpener.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Exactly.
that's just the pencil sharpener again. Isn't it?
Look at this.
He's had it for years. Just,
Still laughing every time he does it.
I like the idea of him at like UN summits as well, and just like having that. In his pocket.
Yeah, leaning
Just
over
like,
George Bush.
Yeah, just elbowing him and just holding it in his palm.
George Bush would probably love that.
Yeah. Although George Bush, he's not sort of a dirty dog, is he?
No, he's not a dirty dog at all, but he's
He
got
did
a
used
great
to be a
sense of
boozer.
humour.
Yeah.
Mm.
Blair would be like, stop it, Silvio.
Who do you think would be most on board with that?
Gaddafi.
Yeah. I don't think Gaddafi's at the NATO summit, though.
No.
I
reckon subject of a NATO
Yeah.
summit.
I reckon Putin would get a chuckle out of that.
Yeah, well, him and Putin were good mates, weren't they?
Yeah.
Really good mates.
Yeah,
We're going to come on to
we'll come on to that
friendship.
actually. Yeah, there was actually at the time there was a porn parody that was made of the Bunga Bunga party. It was called Bunga Bunga Presidente, and it showed a Berlusconi lookalike freeing his girlfriend from prison and then having an orgy with women dressed as nurses.
The Bunga Bunga element was quite
Yeah.
brief.
But
yeah.
what I'm taking away from this is that we still don't know what a bunga party
Yeah,
is.
we'll conclude
Yeah,
at the end of
we're
this
coming, so-
section.
Okay, yeah.
The Bunga Bunga Presidente was actually available on DVD on Amazon.
Oh, we should maybe try and get
Sadly,
hold of that.
It's out of stock at the moment.
Yeah,
That's one for the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read an interview with the guy who made it, being like, any similarities to reality are completely incidental.
80-year-old
Yeah.
porn star with a fake tan and slip my hair.
Bunga Bunga Presidente.
In a thong.
Complete coincidence. Anyway, police basically discovered about these parties and wanted to find out more. So they ended up wiretapping some of the women that attended. Mostly they just found them slagging Silvio off, saying he's old, fat and flabby and they should pay them more, otherwise they'd steal from his house.
Oh, so they didn't like him.
No. And Italian papers obviously are scrambling around to try and find out the origin of the term Bunga Bunga. And they report that he'd learned about these parties from his good friend Colonel Gaddafi.
Right, here he is.
So Gaddafi had allegedly hosted Silvio at these parties where he'd have harems of young Western women who basically would have an orgy with them. But then a German actress and a close friend of Silvio, a woman called Sabine Began, gave another explanation. So she claimed that Bunga Bunga was actually Silvio's nickname for her. And she also makes a pretty explosive claim. She says that she was the one who organised these parties and that Berlusconi paid 2.5 million in cash to dozens of women to attend. So this is quite a bombshell announcement.
Why have you admitted
What's
that?
that?
It turns out, not to be the wisest admission from Sabina. She ends up being banged up for 16 months for procuring prostitutes.
I mean, what do you expect?
So I was doing it for clout.
Yeah.
She apparently came out and she said later, like she really defends Silvio in court, says that he's a great man and that she'd come out and basically was doing this to sort of take the bullet for him and thought that she'd sort of get him out of trouble by making these admissions.
Yeah, she's claiming it's her name. I don't think that's what Bunga Bunga is. I think it's basically his word for an orgy
Yeah.
that he's learned from Gaddafi, right? And his favoured way of doing that is the encircling in the swimming pool thing. That's his favourite Bunga Bunga, I think. I think that's my read on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Funny that we still don't know.
Well, I guess not. Well, yeah.
I mean, there's very, it's like
take it
quite
to his
a lot.
grave.
Yeah, take it to his grave.
Yeah.
The only thing he did take to his grave.
Actually, there's one interesting name that got thrown up in Sabina Began's trial, the one who organised these parties, and that was Hollywood heartthrob George Clooney. So it turns out that Clooney had once gone to Silvio's mansion. He was on a bit of a mission to get Italy's help offering aid to Darfur.
Yeah, that's why I was there.
Yeah.
He got roped in. So he later told Time magazine about his visit. He said, "I had one evening with Berlusconi that was one of the more astonishing evenings of my life. He took me up and showed me his bedroom and the bed that Putin had given him." So him and Putin are good mates.
Weird gift.
Yeah.
Here's a bed.
I think it's like
I'm gonna get you a bed.
I think it's like a nudge, wing, wing.
Okay, yeah.
Because Putin sort of.
This is where the magic happens.
Yeah, Putin sort of sees himself as a bit of a stud, doesn't he, in the same way?
Yeah.
Because I read that Berlusconi in return gave Putin some bed sheets with them hugging on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just building up like
Last
a
thing you
collection
see
of.
before you shag Vladimir Putin.
Anyway, George Clooney's account of the evening continues. He says, "It became, after that, a very different kind of evening than anyone thought. And I was like, I have to go. And Berlusconi says, no. And I say, no, I really do. I wasn't at his Bunga Bunga party." Although we do have a picture here of George Clooney with Berlusconi and Sabina, the
that's
organizer.
Sabina.
That's Sabina, the one who organised the
Pimp.
parties.
A convicted pimp.
Participate in this orgy and I will give aid to Darfur.
That's that's the woman who says her name is Bunga Bunga.
I can believe all of it, to be honest. I can believe that he threw out that name and called her Bunga Bunga a couple of times.
It's just his word for sex.
Yeah, just Bunga
He found
Bunga.
the word funny.
Yes.
He just found it funny and used it a variety of different ways.
Yeah.
Did he get the aid for Darfur?
I just don't know.
Anyway, so this whole thing is starting to blow up in Silvio's face as more and more people talk to the press. There's just like plenty of evidence that he's been procuring prostitutes, that he's been, misusing his public office. And in 2011, police begin a formal investigation of Berlusconi over the Ruby the Heart Stealer case. So the charges are, sex with an underage prostitute and abuse of office relating to him getting her released for shoplifting.
Has Hosni Mubarak found out about this? Illegitimate daughter.
Come to my
that he
party,
did
I
a
explain everything. And more grubby deals then start to emerge. So it turns out that Berlusconi, his cinema company, had been given nearly $2 million in state grants, like Arts Council grants. And instead of using that to fund sort of like indie films, he'd use it to persuade some movies and TV shows to book this unknown Bulgarian actress called Michelle Bonev. So she hosts this big Italian music festival. It's kind of like their Oscars, Grammys, Glastonbury. It's like a major event in the Italian calendar. And, one host is this like legend of Italian music. And then it's her, this woman no one's ever heard of. And it turns out he's been bribing her way into it. I looked up her career since. She was in Passion of the Christ, playing King Herod's courtesan. The most ancient of escorts. Herod.
Literally the first escort. There's definitely a joke in there somewhere.
An escort for a man who eats babies.
Playing herself.
That is worse than Epstein. Playing herself. Anyway, the police investigation rumbles on for a couple of years, and then finally it goes to court. And in 2013, Silvio Berlusconi is found guilty in court of the Ruby the Heart Stealer case. He gets 7 years in the slammer and is banned from public office for life. So I think millions of Italians finally breathe a sigh of relief that this guy is out of public office. He's no longer flooding the world with his sleaze.
They keep putting him back in there.
Yeah, but I'll still vote for him.
Yeah, exactly. I'm breathing a sigh of relief. It's like, there is a vote.
But it's Italy. I think in Italy, if you appeal, your jail sentence
It's immediately quashed.
Yeah, it basically is. It's delayed. And 1 year later, his conviction is quashed on appeal. So no more criminal charge. This does actually keep him out of politics for 6 or so years. But he does return, first as an MEP and then a member of the Senate. So sort of like a grand old gentleman of Italian politics.
Elder statesman.
Yeah, elder statesman. Yeah, exactly. He's called on because he's the father of the house. Pappy of the house. Anyway, in the meantime, while he's out of public office, he immerses himself in football once again. So he sells AC Milan in 2017 and instead buys Monza, who are a third-tier side. They're, minnows comparatively. But he decides, I'm going to do the same thing I did with Milan. I'm going to take them back to the top. And he immediately lays out some ground rules for players signed by the club, bit of a transfer policy. He says, all new signings must be Italian, have no tattoos, earrings or beards, and their hair must be neatly styled. I didn't realise he
That
sort
rules out like all footballers.
Yeah, exactly.
What are Monza up to?
What now?
Yeah.
Well, he takes them on quite a ride. So first, the club do hire an on-site barber just to keep the players' hair trim. But he actually takes them on like quite a journey. They get promoted first to the second tier, and then all the way to Serie A in this dramatic playoff against Pisa. It's they narrowly win. It's like very tight in injury time, and everyone is like tense and glued to the action, apart from Silvio, who nods off in injury time.
He's an elderly gentleman.
Yeah, we're looking at a picture of him. So he's probably 82, 83 at this point. And he's fast asleep in injury time as they're about to go up to Serie A and realise his dream. But he takes them back to Serie A, and now they're back in the big time. He's got a new strategy to motivate the squad. He gathers them all at the Christmas party, and in front of all the staff, all the players, all the wives of the players, the old sleazebag makes a promise to his players that if they beat AC Milan or Juventus, I will bring a coachload of whores into the dressing room. We got a clip of him saying it here.
Capace di stimolare i nostri ragazzi. Io ci ho messo una stimolazione in più perché ai ragazzi che sono venuti qui adesso, gli ho detto: adesso avete il Milan, la Juventus eccetera, se vincete con una di queste grandi squadre vi faccio arrivare nello spogliatoio un pullman di Zoe.
Everyone's like, "Oh, Silvio!" Round of applause.
I swear they actually
Where's the
did.
joke?
A few months later, they did beat
Yeah, they did.
one of the teams.
I don't.
Did
Well,
he make good on his promise?
I imagine so. Yeah. His posture's quite weird, isn't it? In that, he's got no neck.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the big collars. He's a strange looking bloke. I presume he made good. They did. I think they beat Juve. Notice, by the way, his own wife is sitting in the front row there with him, just laughing. Oh, Silvio. And you're probably wondering what kind of woman would marry an 86-year-old disgraced politician who is so desensitized to prostitutes that he measures them by the coachload. The answer to that question is 32-year-old Marta Fascina. We're looking at a picture of them together. This is their wedding day.
So he's 85 at this point. She's 32.
Yeah.
He looks good.
He does look quite good in that picture, yeah.
He does.
Swarthy.
And he's let up on the tan a bit. It's
Yeah, he looks a bit more natural there.
I reckon though he's one of those people who's had loads of plastic surgery that occasionally in photos they can actually look quite good because of the lighting. And
It's
then
like-
you
it's
actually
like
see
a-
them in real life and it's like, oh,
Yeah, it's like a
that's
Big
terrifying.
Mac. In the adverts, they're able to like pin it and
Yeah.
treat it
Yeah.
and spray it. Then you get one that's just really soggy. Yeah. Although I should actually say, for the sake of accuracy, it wasn't a real wedding, technically. So his kids got involved and talked him out of having a formal marriage because they didn't want their billions to be inherited by this woman. So they held a non-binding festival of love. Which sounds quite bunker to me. Who's jumping out of the cake? Although kids didn't keep her out of the will entirely, so she inherited when he died 100 million euros and that famous mansion where all the parties went down.
Wow.
Good for her.
Yeah,
What if those walls could talk?
yeah. Be a few surprises when she clears out the attic.
25,000 pornographic images.
I can see why they're thinking of burning them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously he died not long after that and is no longer with us. Farewell to one of the great seedy bastards of football, politics, media,
Yeah.
mental legacy.
I don't know. You don't make him like that anymore.
No.
No, 86 when he died.
Possibly a good thing.
Yeah.
Did he drink?
I don't know if you kind of presume so, but I didn't see him like,
There's not stories of him being
no.
Falling
Drunk.
over.
It's
or
definitely a
anything.
sex thing. It's a bit of the like Trump
Yeah.
thing where it's just, that's his vice for sure. I suppose no one has ever been as brazen as him about what he was getting up to, I think, in politics and in football ownership as well.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the amount of power that was concentrated in his hands at his peak, I think you do just get a certain confidence that you can just get away with doing whatever you want.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what
Right,
he did.
obviously. I mean, and he's also like calling the head of the Milanese police, saying like,
Yeah.
release this
Yeah, this
underage
child.
prostitute and put her into the custody of this other
Yeah.
quote unquote madam.
Yeah. And she's called Ruby the Heart Stealer. I would go as far as saying he might be the biggest wrong'un we've ever talked about. Would you agree? Or is there, I mean, maybe OJ,
Yeah, I mean, OJ only killed one person.
well, two.
Oh yeah, two. Sorry,
True.
that's two. That's
Yeah,
true.
because I think it's pretty clear that Berlusconi was indirectly involved in some
in murder.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he might be.
Yeah, just in terms of like the level of scandals that he's been
Yeah.
involved in.
Yeah.
And
But he also
how-
took Italy out of socialism towards a more prosperous, individual-based
Yeah.
society.
Saved them after 2008. Restructured the debt with the EU. And he couldn't have done
Modernised
that.
football. Let's play devil's advocate quickly.
A lot of charm. Cracked a few good gags. He was funny.
yeah, he was
That was funny.
entertaining
Yeah.
to look back on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, farewell.
Not much respect for women.
No, almost none.
or
I would argue.
Lack of empathy.
Yeah, definitely had the psychopath lack
Yeah.
of empathy. Yeah,
Mm.
OJ wasn't very funny.
yeah. Actually, it wasn't fun, but he rushed quite a lot of yards.
That's true.
Whereas I guess AC Milan. If you're an AC Milan fan,
Yeah, you love
yeah,
it.
yeah. All right. Well, Mickey, thanks a lot.
Pleasure, guys.
Good to have you
Good
back.
To be back. Good to be back.
See you in 2 years. For
yeah,
whichever sleaze bag has died that year.
exactly. I'll be back for the Trump one.
Yeah, we'll do a Trump. Has he had any sport involvement? Not really.
He's a big golfer, isn't
Golf.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's massive. Yeah,
Golf,
the
yeah,
courses.
golf,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll do that one. See what happens in that story. Thanks a lot. Watch Industry on BBC iPlayer if you haven't already,
Yeah.
or HBO if you're in the US. Zach, thanks a lot.
he? Thanks a lot. Grazie mille.
Sky Italia. If you're in Italy.
Sky, if you're in Italy right now, sending us death threats. Yeah. Grazie, papi. See ya. Ciao.